Captchas are annoying enough as it is for a human to solve. They frustrate us when logging in to websites. If we are smart as humans, then how can robots solve the Captcha? Well, today we are going to dive into how we can solve these in UiPath bots with 3 different types of methods. So before we get into that, let's take a brief look at Captchas, what they do, and how they don't actually prevent bots from accessing a website. They were created to originally determine if someone is human. One of the first types was from Google, where you were given 2 words, which were images of text or something out of a book, and you had to type them in. Little did most people know that you were actually digitizing books for Google and also training a Google machine learning algorithm to recognize text. What they did is they gave you 1 word with an image that it knew what the word was, and another image where it didn't know what the word was. So it could take all the results from all the people typing those words, then get the average and know what the word was in an unknown image. Now you usually see ones where you have to select items from an image, for example, traffic lights in an image. This is also training Google's machine learning models to recognize objects. Google provide a lot of free services, but they always are getting a benefit out of it somehow. As they say, there is no such thing as a free lunch. And the funny thing is that Google done a test in 2014 themselves to solve Captchas with a machine learning algorithm. The humans in that test got it right 33% of the time. Have a guess at how many times the bot got it right. Not 90%, not 95%, not 99%, but the machine learning algorithm got it right 99.8% of the time. So, how can we have our bots solve these Captchas? The first one is with a machine learning algorithm also, which is a Chrome plugin which will automatically solve it for you. The second one is human solving it for very cheap. This is also a Chrome plugin and it costs less than $1 per 1,000 Captchas solved. And what it does is it will send off the Captcha to someone actually manually typing it in where labor is cheap in a different country usually, and they'll send back the result and have your browser automatically solve it, all with the one Chrome plugin. And finally, checking in with the website owner. Sometimes if you have a commercial relationship with a website owner, they might have an admin panel where you can disable the Captcha check, or it can be manually disabled on certain accounts by the owner of the website. So without further ado, let's look at points 1 and 2 and how we can set up our bots to solve these in UiPath automatically. First of all, Google kindly provides a website to test Captcha. I've opened it up in Chrome Incognito because once you complete it, it remembers your browser and won't ask you to solve the puzzle again. However, if you open it up in Incognito, in a new window, once you've solved it, you can test it out again so it can actually test our bots, solve it successfully. So we can see here, if we click I'm not a robot, it poses us with a challenge, and funnily enough, it was a traffic light one. So we need to click the traffic lights to continue, and there's also an audio button down here to actually play a sound and put in the words you enter, which is going to be the way our first approach solves it, using a Chrome plugin with machine learning to actually recognize the audio and automatically type it in for us. So if you go to the Chrome extension store, there's an extension called Buster Captcha Solver for Humans. You can install this in Chrome, and what it's going to do is you'll now notice there's this little icon of an orange head and a tick there. If you click on that, it's going to automatically solve the Captcha for us. So let's demo it and then take a look at implementing it in UiPath. So going back to the demo website, all we need to do is click I'm not a robot. We'll go back to the image, and now if we click this little icon here, I'm not touching my computer at all. It's going to automatically solve it and tick it, so it's verified that we are not a robot without having to type in anything or actually have a human solve it. Implementing it in UiPath is really straightforward. So I have a process here. all it's going to do is it's going to open up that Google Captcha website. We're going to open that in Chrome in a private window where I've got my extension installed, and it's going to click I'm not a robot, then click on that orange button. So if I go debug file, run file, you can see here, it's clicked on I'm not a robot, it's clicked on the solve button, and then the bot's finished running. If we jump back to the window UiPath had open, it's completed it super fast straight away. So as we can see, that was super simple. All we do is add a plugin and we have one additional button to click. The next one is this website reCaptcha. And what it is it's a Chrome extension you install, and what happens is it will actually send off the Captcha problem to actual people who are working to solve in countries such as India, Pakistan, and Vietnam. You can see here on average it takes 16 seconds to solve and it has a 1% error rate, so quite good. So if you want to use this, you'll need to sign up to the website to actually install the extension and get an account to use it. And they give you 15 that you can solve for free to actually test it out. So I've went ahead and actually installed it already, and the installation is a bit more manual because Google has actually removed the extension from the Chrome Web Store. Funnily enough, Google don't want you automatically solving these. So to install it, I installed it manually from a CRX file, went to these installation instructions. I had to download this reg file, which will download this registry file here, run that on Windows, restart the computer, and then once that's restarted, you actually need to download the extension manually. And what will happen is it will download this CRX file here, and once that's downloaded, you need to go to Chrome, /extensions, enable developer mode in the top right, and then you can actually drag and drop this file from Explorer into Chrome, and that will install it. Once that's installed, you need to go to details, enable it, and then from the extensions, we can actually click on it, and you'll need to put an API key in here, which will be in your email address when you signed up. And once that's done, you're ready to go. So let's test out this extension in Chrome now that we have it installed, and then look at how we can implement it in UiPath. So all we need to do is go to that test website again, and you'll see here we've got this reCaptcha, and what it's going to do, as soon as we load the website, it will automatically solve it for us. So we don't need to click any buttons whatsoever. Remember, the average time to solve was about 16 seconds. So do give it a moment, and we can see it's been solved here for us automatically. Really easy. So how can we use this in UiPath? It's actually quite simple in UiPath. All we need to do is load up the website. I'm not even going to click on that button. We're just going to load it up, and with the extension installed, if it detects a Captcha on the page, it will automatically solve for us. So let's just run our process now. And we can see here, this is Chrome loaded by UiPath. It will solve it, and then once it's solved, it's going to check that. So you could actually use UiPath to detect elements, to detect this text to see when it has actually been solved. We can see it solved here, and then once it's solved, you can continue with your process to either submit a form, log into a website, and so on. So really easy. So, which method should you use? First of all, I would use number 3 for any Captchas if possible. If you can bypass it, even better, you don't need to worry about automating it at all. Currently, the machine learning works pretty well. However, Google are always updating these to combat bots being able to solve them, so that may break from time to time, whereas option 2, if a human solves it, if Google updates it, they're still going to be able to solve it immediately. So what I would recommend is you implement option 1 with a machine learning plugin, since that's free, and then if that fails to solve the Captcha, say 2 or 3 times, then you can have option 2 in the same bot as a backup, so you've got the best of both worlds. Anyways, until next time, if this helped you out, please remember to like and subscribe. See you later.